Hi guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I have this fun, beautiful card that I'm going to show you how to make. This has a fun technique using our Stampin' Right markers and the blender pen to color in the flowers. I'm also using the Bundle of Love Designer Series paper. That's a specialty paper. You can see the gold foil. I'm going to be using that as a background and just some other new items. This is the brand new crushed curry baker's twine that you can find in the annual catalog. So why don't we get started? All right, so I've got all of my supplies right here. We're going to be using Flirty Flowers. That's one of the new stamp sets, as well as the stamp set from the Soft Sayings kit. So I love the exclusive stamp sets that come in our kits. And as a reminder, you can find all of the information about the products that I've used, as well as download the project instruction sheet on my blog, which is iStampin.com. I am using a crumb cake note card today, and we no longer carry this in our annual catalog, but that doesn't mean that you can't keep making them yourself, which is what I did today. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of crumb cake cardstock to 7 by 5, and I'm going to get my Simply Scored scoring board, and I'm going to score this at 3.5. And I have now created my own note card. So don't despair if you were sad to see the note cards retire from the previous catalog. You can still make them. All right, so the next thing that I've done is I've already done this off camera. I have created the banner already, and let's see, just for dimension wise, this measures about 3.5 by 1 7/8. So that is going to go right here in the center of our card, and I am just going to use snail to attach this. Just like so. Super easy. And then what I've done is I have used our stitched shape framelits. This is in the oval size, as you can see. This is using the second to the largest oval. So you'll just want to die cut that in your Big Shot. And I am going to be stamping the flower image using our Memento Tuxedo black ink, and I'm just going to randomly stamp that here on the oval, and you're just going to randomly stamp it wherever you like, and you can rotate the flower image if you'd like. So it's just going to look like that. And now what I've done is I have chosen 3 colors to color in the flowers. I'm using my Stampin' Right markers. You can do the same thing with your ink pads and a blender pen. So let me just grab one of these. You get 3 to a pack, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, here, I'll just use this. I'm just going to use this acrylic block. And I'm going to start off with crushed curry. Oh, I didn't tell you the colors. This is crushed curry. This is Calypso Coral, and this is Emerald Envy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color on my acrylic block, and then I'm going to be able to pick up the color from the blender pen. Now this is very vanilla cardstock, and so you want to have a really light touch when you color this, and I'll zoom in so you can see it closer. You don't want to color too hard with the blender pen, just because this cardstock does have a tendency to pill if it gets too saturated. You know, this cardstock isn't meant for coloring per se. You can use it. So, you know, just so that you don't ruin your project, you just want to have a really light touch. And this is supposed to just be like a watercolor effect. So, you know, it's not supposed to be like super intense. But you can see that. And then what you can do is you can go back and just give it a little bit more intensity in those areas where a flower maybe a little bit darker, you know, and some shadowing. I don't really know. I'm not that good about that kind of stuff, so I'm sure I could learn something. So then what you do is when you're done with your blender pen with that particular color, just on a scratch piece of paper, just wipe it off until it runs clear. This is just glycerin ink. So I am done with the crushed curry. So now I'm going to come in here and just color in another part of this acrylic block. Just make my own little color palette. Just like so. So that is Calypso Coral. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just come in and do the exact same thing with this flower. If you have watercolor pencils, you can watercolor. Again, with the Very Vanilla cardstock, you just want to have a light touch. So, you know, just I would experiment just so that you get an idea of how much you can do before it becomes too much, if you kind of get what I mean. So again, just coming in and just lightly coloring. If you need to add more color to the acrylic block, you know, just run the marker on there and you can get more ink. Can y'all believe it's the middle of the month already? And I heard on the radio this morning that it's this is the anniversary of Elvis Presley's death. I remember that. I remember my mom being so upset. Isn't that funny? It's been 40 years ago. Golly. I was just a kid. But anyway. All right, so I'm just coming back in. And I wanted to let everybody know that I've got just a couple of more spots left for the Stampin' Club that's going to be starting in September. So I'll link that information below on today's blog post. But it's a great time to join because it will coincide with the launch of the holiday catalog. And you know, you could possibly be a hostess during the fall months. So like I said, I'll put more information down below, and I would love to have you join me. Everybody gets a fun goodie bag from me. It's the goodie bag is worth $25 in Stampin' Up product, or up to, I should say. All right, so now I'm just coming in with Emerald Envy and just coloring in those leaves. Again, just a light touch. There we go. And then that's what it looks like when it's all done. Just a really simple, fun technique that you can do just to break out of the norm with you and use your artistic abilities. All right, so let me clean up my blender pen here. And you'll see that the nib gets stained, but you know, as you can see, it runs clear, so don't be concerned if your nib gets stained like that. All right, so let me zoom out. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is stamp my sentiment. This is just a scratch piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. You can see that I cut the framelit a little bit too. I didn't get the whole thing, so I'm just going to use this as a scrap piece. And I am going to be picking out a sentiment from the Soft Stains Kit stamp set. Like I said, this is an exclusive stamp set that you get in that kit. I absolutely love it. Some really neat sentiments that you can see. Just a note to my dear friend, happy birthday. I'm going to go ahead and use the I Miss You. I think that's a nice little sentiment that you can put on a card. Okay, and I'm going to pick it up, and I am using Night of Navy ink. I think that looks so pretty against Very Vanilla. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down, and then I'll show you what I do to finish it off. Okay, so I've cut this down, and now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut the end here at an angle, just to kind of give it a different edge instead of always doing a banner. So just something like that. And it looks like there, that looks better. It was a little crooked. All right, so let's go ahead and put our card together. So I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Okay, and then that's just going to go about right there. And of course you can figure out, you know, if you want the yellow flower on the bottom, you know, whatever works best for you. And now I'm going to use a mini glue dot to attach the little sentiment to the card. And I'm just going to have it be about right there. And I want it to hang off. So it is going to cover up one of the flowers. No big deal. And then I've got the crushed curry baker's twine. So I'm just going to make a bow. And then I'll attach that with the glue dot as well. There we go. And that's just going to go right about there. And then you can just come in here and cut your tails. And then our card is all done. So not too difficult at all, but just really gives it a fun wow factor with the coloring that we did with the flowers, and then that beautiful gold foil from the Bundle of Love Designer Series paper. All right, guys. Well, I hope you liked today's project. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also that you subscribe to my blog. You just go on over to istampin.com. Like I said, all of the products will be listed below, and you can shop in my online store. The project instruction sheet will also be there for you to download. So if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, just comment below and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.